If you're about to watch this video, thank you so much. I wanted to say really quick, in no way am I better than anybody watching this video. In no way do I live a glamorous life or look like a supermodel walking down the street. I am just a normal human being full of flaws, hoping to take what I have learned in the cosmetology world and share it with you. I'm not an expert. Without further ado, please enjoy this video, and I hope that it helps you figure out techniques to make yourself look and feel beautiful. And if not that, then maybe you can just enjoy my awkwardness and my clumsiness. Without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hey guys, this is Melinda. Let me fix the lighting. Ooh, I don't know if that helps. No, that's not good.
Clumsiness.
There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting off today with my favorite foundation for the summertime. It's the Lancôme Skin Feels Good. I used it in my fall makeup video. I had said that this is about to be too dark for me, and it really is. You can see like what shade that is. I waited like a whole year after getting this product for it to finally be my shade, and it's still a little dark, but with the tan on the rest of my body that I got this summer, it just blends in way better. So still isn't the perfect shade, but it's good enough to where I can use it in the summer when I get a little darker. I get probably like 2-3 shades darker in the summertime. But yeah, I'm just placing this all over the skin. I just brought out my new beauty blender. It's like, this is the one that I was using, and this is the one that I'm using now. And as you can see, you can actually tell what color it was before I used it, before I used the other one. And it's just so light and fluffy, so my makeup is just going on so smoothly. I just did not want to get ready this morning. I actually filmed this video yesterday, and I went to go edit it. Just taking my E.L.F concealer, and I was like, this is way too much to edit. There was just so many, like the lighting was wrong. My voice was so quiet because I don't know, when I'm on video, I normally just want to talk really, really quietly to where you could almost not hear me. So I was like, this is just a mess. I just need to film this again. So also, is I get really camera shy. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to do this again, and hopefully I'll be more comfortable in front of the camera after having gone through it yesterday. Like, the lighting situation is good now. Just all that stuff.
I have fallen in love with this concealer. I don't often find a product that I'm loyal to because there's so many products out there, and I just, as soon as I go through one, I don't usually repurchase it. I'll usually go and buy another product because I just want to try them all.
Now I'm just going in with my number 7 translucent powder. For this one, I was using the Kat Von D. And at first, I wasn't crazy about it, but after I found a way to work with it a little bit, like the trick is using either your beauty blender or a really dense brush, and I like to pat it in. And also the concealer that you place underneath makes a huge difference. Now that I have purchased another concealer, that number 7 translucent powder works much better for me. There's no creasing. So now I'm just gonna go in with my Anastasia DIPBROW pomade in Granite. Just brush up my brow. I tried to film a brow video, like just how I shape and trim my brows. It just didn't film as well on my iPhone. Like just how I shape and trim my brows. But it just didn't film as well on my iPhone. I have a camera in my cart right now, And it took so long to pick one out, like for me to actually be like, okay, this is the one that I want to buy, because there's so many options. And I felt like every time I watched a video on it, someone was saying something different. So I finally narrowed it down to the Canon 80D. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. But so my point was, videos like brow videos, like I can get away with makeup videos, even though it's, oh man, like this video could be so much clearer, or there could, like, this would be a great time for my iPhone to zoom in. And of course the iPhone doesn't do that, so mine doesn't at least. I was like, yeah, I deleted it because I was like, this isn't gonna work with an iPhone. This is something I have to do when I get a camera. After I go in with the dip brow gel, I like to take a powder, just an eyeshadow. So I'll just take any of my palettes that have a black shadow in it, and I will just go over right here at the arch that where I placed the dip brow. Just to deepen that color a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. In my last video, I had talked about how I use my Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and I actually use the shadow in that palette as a bronzer. And I've been doing that for many years. I've had this palette for a really long time. And I've gone to stores to look for a shade that is the same color as this one, but is an actual bronzer, and I can't find it. So if you know of any, I have warm undertones, but it's really funny. Like, no one has ever been able to give me like an exact foundation. So like, even when I worked at Sephora, I would use the IQ machine, and it could never, I would get a different answer every time. I did my skin IQ, so like, we're not really sure what shade I am exactly. I know that I have yellow undertones. I believe I have olive undertones. I believe I have like golden undertones. I don't know. It's like, so every time I would do my skin IQ, it would say something like, it would either be a foundation more on the yellow side, or occasionally I would get like neutral. So I don't even know. I'm gonna be taking my favorite blush right now. Just lightly placing it above that bronzer. And then I'm also going to take it on the tip of, right above the tip of my nose. So I'm going to be taking this shimmer shade. I like this for more of a glowy look, and I just place it right on top of my bronzer. Now we're gonna get into the eyes. So I'm gonna be taking my favorite palette for warm shadows, which is the Naked Urban Decay Honey palette. And I'm just gonna be working with these 3 shades: Swarm, Keeper, and Hive. Just the 3 stages. I'm going to be starting at the lightest one, then placing this one below that, and then placing Hive on the outer corners of my eye. So yeah, getting back to the topic of cameras, I actually think I'm going to place some concealer on my eye. I forgot to bring out my concealer when I was placing it on my face, so let's place it all over. So I was looking back at my other videos, which I like to do every so often, and I was like, oh my goodness, the content that I used to make was just off of my MacBook Air with the camera that is, the lens that is on that. And I'm gonna be going over my entire lid with this shade. Just kind of like a setting, just to set all that concealer. But the content was so blurry, and I was like, but people were watching it. So that was really exciting to see. I have a hair tutorial that I made like almost 10 years ago, and it had like 32,000 views, and I was just like, that is amazing, because back when I was making those videos, I was making them for fun, and to see that it actually had a come out and like people were enjoying the video was so exciting, because that's what I was putting all of my energy into back then. Like, I didn't really have a social life, didn't really have any friends, so that's what I would do. I would make videos. I loved doing makeup. I had been wearing makeup since 3rd grade, and so yeah, I was just really excited to do that. And it's so funny because like you think you have no idea what you're doing with your makeup, and I really didn't, and I still really don't, but I just knew what worked for my face, and I knew what worked for my hair, and people enjoyed that. And yeah, it was really cool to go back and see that. Okay, so I've just placed Swarm in my crease, just placed Keeper on the outer edge of my eye, like in this shape, and now I'm going to be taking Hive and just placing him in an outer V as well. Okay, looking good. Probably can't see anything I'm doing, but from over here, looks good. I'm going to be taking all of those shades and just placing them right below my eye. I'm going to be taking Keeper and just placing it on the last 3/4 of my eye. And then I'm going to be taking Hive. Okay, now it's time for our pigment shade. I'm going to be taking a big and placing this on the center of my eye. Let me go ahead and get my shadow brush, setting spray, picking up that color and placing it right in the, wouldn't even really say, not really the center, closer more to the corner, the inner corner of the eye, but kind of patting it a little closer to the center, so just like so. Okay, then I'm going to be taking just a smidge of that color and placing it right underneath. Just going to take my finger because who knows what I just did with that brush I was using before, and just placing it right underneath the pupil of my eye, just for a pop of color on the bottom of the eyes. And then I'm going to be taking just like any brush, and I'm taking Flyby. I'm going to be placing that on the corner of my eye right here. I just organized my entire makeup collection. I'm going to be taking my Pretty Vulgar highlighter in Shimmering Swan and just placing that right here. I just organized my whole makeup situation. I was really excited to show you guys. So down here I have my glasses, I have my dip brows, I have my liquid lipsticks, all my eye things like my mascaras, my eyelash glue, my eyeliners, my foundations are back here, and then my contour things, my concealers, my powdered contours, my my gel contour bronzers. Here are my eyeshadow palettes, my one and only contour palette, my highlighters. This is where I'll place my beauty blenders, my brushes, and hair things to pin my hair back, and my little Trader Joe's plant. But yeah. I used to have so much makeup that I didn't really know what to do with it, and it was really cluttered. Part of that was from when I used to work at Sephora and I was just taking home like all this product, and a lot of it I didn't really use. A lot of it wasn't for my skin tone or my just skincare. That wasn't really for my skin, but that, of course, they want you to know so that you can help a client who is looking for that product or help to promote that product. Yeah, so I had all this product and I really didn't want to let go of it. But then, like, after 2 years after I had stopped working there, I finally just got rid of all of it. And then with that, I got rid of everything that I wasn't using, everything that maybe I had had for a decent amount of time. And so, I don't know, I just started to rebuild my collection this year. So, like, before I didn't have anything, and I'm just starting to rebuild my collection, but I still am kind of like a minimalist at heart. But I mean, like, I like to have a selection. I just don't want to be overwhelmed with what I have. I like to know what I have, and I don't want to have doubles of anything. Like, that stresses me out. So yeah, so now I'm going to be going in with my eyelash curler. I'm just going to be curling my lashes and getting them ready for falsies. I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Voluminous Base Mascara. This is that one that I used in my last video where it goes on white and dries clear. And I will only place this on the top of my lashes, because when I put it underneath as well, it drags down the lashes. Like, it's too heavy for my lashes. So I found a trick where I will just place them on the tops, and it holds my curl as well as gives me volume. And then when that dries, I'm just going to be going over that with my Milani Highly Rated Mascara. So I'm going to go put on my lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. By the way, I just used my Wispies 600 from my Ardell Lookbook lash set, which I found at TJ Maxx, by the way, but they have it on their site. I linked it below in my last video, but I'll link it again below here. So yeah, I'm now gonna go ahead and do my liner. Taking a liquid liner that I found at the dollar store. Okay, just placing my eyeliner on the outer corners of my eyes because I find that works best for me, especially when I'm using falsies. So now I'm gonna go ahead and brush off the translucent powder. And I'm going to be taking my Shiseido translucent powder now, and it's the Invisible Skin Loose Powder. I'm going to be just taking that and placing that all over. Clean up any edges from baking, and from bronzer and from blush. Okay. And now I'm going to be taking highlight, my favorite part. Right now I've been loving the Pretty Vulgar Shimmering Swan highlighter. I really like my makeup, and I still can't find anything. I really like highlighters with a gold, just gold highlighters, especially for the summertime. Just take that and place that above my cheekbones. I am still not sure exactly where highlighter best flatters my face, and part of that is due to because I just kind of took like a break a little bit from wearing makeup, and in that time I had gained some weight in my face, and you know, you just change the way that you like to do makeup the older you get. You just, you know, so here I am almost like 10 years later, and I'm still trying to figure out like what best suits my face now. So yeah, spray my face with my setting spray. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and take the finished product, which is the Filler Instinct NYX lipstick. I'm going to be trying this guy out. This is in Beach Casual, by the way. I got this at Target, and at the time, they didn't really have much of a selection. I don't know exactly what's going on with their product from NYX, but NYX just seems to be really pitched through all the time. But if I drive up to like 3-minute drive to Ulta, they seem to be having a really good stock of NYX. So anyways, this was the only shade I could find that I thought would suit my skin color. Let's try this. Oh yeah, it's really sheer, but it has enough color in there to actually be able to see a pigment. So it's like a light nude, kind of pinkish color. I really like it. I don't really wear glossy things a lot. I go for more of a matte velvet lip texture, lipstick texture, but I don't mind this at all. My lips are definitely tingling a little bit. It feels like I just put peppermint on them. Feels a little minty, but yeah, I like this. I like this color. Take my bobby pins out of my hair, and yeah,